Everybody, and welcome back to class. Today is Monday, September the 21st. I apologize for not getting this video posted sooner. I actually recorded one on Saturday the 19th, but when I went to post it to YouTube, I discovered that for reasons I don't totally understand, my audio was not captured. So I'm re-recording this one. It's the day after we had to turn in Writing Project 1, and I will be reviewing those, grading them, and getting them back to you quickly. But we're going to jump right into the next session and take a look at Writing Project 2. There is also a creative writing project in this session, which I think you're going to enjoy. So we are in session 5, a little bit of reading in this session, and of course working on your draft of Writing Project 2. But let's take a look at what we have to do. For the learning activities, there are 2 chapters to be read. Chapter 7, Comparing and Synthesizing, and Chapter 8, Conducting Rhetorical Analysis. Writing Project 2, and I'll get into more detail about this in just a few moments, will be based on what you wrote about for Writing Project 1 and 1 additional article. Of course, there are 3 supplemental resources listed here on database citations, elements of rhetorical analysis, and elements of comparative analysis. And as I've pointed out before, these are supplemental. You don't have to do them, but I think they're helpful. We will be beginning Session 5 and Session 6 discussion. This is the creative writing project, and also completing the first draft of Writing Project 2. So let's get directly into the learning activities. Of course, your textbook is here, and these are the 2 chapters and the pages that you have to read. I'm not going to open up the textbook. I know you know all about that. But I do want to take a look at Writing Project 2 analysis. Much like the first writing project, there are 10 steps to follow, but you're not going to follow all of them now. You're only going to do steps 1 through 6. We will complete it steps 7 through 10 when we work on the final draft. I'm having trouble talking this morning. It's early. Writing Project 2, Analysis and Comparative Analysis. You're going to analyze 2 core readings this time. One of them will be the core reading that you wrote about for your first writing project, and then you're going to add 1 additional one. The additional one will be from the same group that you chose your first writing project to use, and you're going to compare the 2 of them so they're on a similar theme. Keep in mind when you turn in your first draft, you must include the situational analysis. Not everybody did for Writing Project 1. I'm hoping you included it in your final version, but I want to make sure that you include the situational analysis in your first draft. Let's be consistent on that. And the audience for this will be me and the other members of the class, because everyone will have the opportunity to read your draft. Your first draft should be 750 words, and it'll be 1,000 words by the time it's finished. 750 words should be 3 to 4 pages. Of course, we're using MLA format, so everything has to be double-spaced, 12-point type, Times New Roman font. And we're never using APA, we're only using MLA. So let's be consistent on the style. Now, when you have your original core reading pulled up and you find one that is on the same theme that you also like, what are you going to do with them? Well, take a look at step 4 here, and this is where you will compare and contrast the differences between the core readings. How are they similar? How are they different regarding credibility? How are they different? How are they the same on the perspectives or insights on the theme? How are they different and how are they similar in the author's interpretation about the facts and information, and on and on. You don't have to address all of these. Pick some that you like and write about those. This is important. You have to use at least 10 quotations or paraphrasing from the core reading about the 2 articles that you've selected. There wasn't a big requirement in the first writing project that you had to include a number of quotes, but there is in this one. So make sure you use at least 10. And you're welcome to paraphrase. In other words, you don't have to cite the information directly. You can put it in your own words. But when you do, you still have to include in parentheses which author you are referring to. And when you're finished with your draft, you're going to turn it in 2 places, as always. You're going to send it to me, and you're also going to post it to a discussion board. So print this off. I've gone through this quickly. There is more to it than that, but I want to keep these videos rather succinct. But make sure you print this off, read through it completely. It should be self-explanatory. I don't need that. Of course, the core readings are located here, and you should be able to find your original article and then search for one additional article that's on the same topic. And if you're still not comfortable with citing something in MLA, this supplemental resource, it's a good one to look at. Let's get to assignments and assessments. And this is the creative writing project. And I've been saying creative because you're free to invent dialogue for this exercise, but you could also base this on something that actually happened. And what you're going to do for this discussion board, in session 5 only, is write an original post. And you're going to pick one of these scenarios, there are 5, and create dialogue for each of the parties that are speaking. So let's take a look at option 1. A teenager describes a party to his or her parent. You're going to write the dialogue that the teenager would be speaking to their parents. That'll be one paragraph. And then a second paragraph would be the same person describing the party to one of their peers. Again, you can base this on something that really happened to you, or you could completely invent all of it. It's up to you. And you're welcome to pick any of these. You only need to pick one. And your initial post should be about 200 words. So 100 words of dialogue for option A, and 100 words of dialogue for option B. You can make these funny, you can make them sincere, whatever you'd like. It's creative. And when you've finished your draft for Writing Project 2, you're going to submit it here, and this will come to me, and of course I will read all of them. I will give you feedback just like I did for Writing Project 1. If anyone's having trouble seeing the comments that I make on your draft, please send me a text. I'll help you out. And once you've finished your first draft, you're also going to submit it here, so everyone else will have the chance to read it. And I think that might be it for this session. It appears that it is. Again, tutor.com, it's a great resource. You paid for access to tutor.com when you registered for this class and paid your tuition, so you might as well use it. It's free. You send them a draft, they review it for you, proofread it, and send it back to you. And that appears to be it for session 5. I'm looking forward to reading your final version of Writing Project 1, but as always, please reach out to me anytime. My text number is 812-498-4200. You can email me at mstenger, that's M-S-T-E-N-G-E-R, and the number 1, at ivtech.edu. You're also welcome to call me at 800-416-1747. That's a free call. As I've said before, the people that communicate with me the most usually do the best in this class. So reach out to me whenever you need to. That's it. Everybody have a great week, and I'll see you around.